There's a term I use when I talk with clients or potential clients. The term often needs a bit of explanation because it's one you don't often hear in the consulting world. The phrase I'm talking about is being a thinking partner. I'm often called a coach, a mentor, or consultant. And when this happens, I will bring up the term thinking partner. You see, a thinking partner is someone who sits next to you. That person will help you think through challenges and opportunities that you might have. Then they help you develop alternatives for what you can actually do to get those objectives that you're thinking about. A thinking partner is most useful when you're in a transition. There's a good chance you know what to do, but there are so many alternatives, you're not sure which one works best for you in your particular situation. So in this week's video, we're going to take a deep dive into why you want a thinking partner instead of all the other labels we can use. So let's talk about those other labels. First, a coach. A coach will lead you and tell you what to do. Most construction company owners I know rebel when someone tries to tell them what to do. If instead you have someone helping you think through an issue, the idea will be yours, and when this happens, it's easier to own the idea and take action. Too often a coach thinks they know what you should do. So they'll be directional in their approach. Not a practice has ever worked well for me. So second, we have a mentor. He's not as directional as a coach. Instead, they will listen and make suggestions, but they won't make suggestions until they understand where you're coming from. Often a mentor is someone more senior than you in your company, or it could be somebody who's more senior than you who's not in your company, who you respect their advice. This could be someone you work with or someone who has befriended you in the industry. So mentors will help you think through a problem, and they often don't provide any support after that. A mentor can believe that once the opportunity or challenge is fleshed out, their job ends. And finally, we get to a consultant. A consultant is an expert from the outside. They're not very good at listening to what your needs and goals are. They often lead you to a result that they think you should do. I've seen this happen a whole bunch of times, and too often consultant solutions are the ones they would use if the issue you're facing were theirs. And unfortunately, I've seen too many consultants drive clients down a road that isn't in the long-term interest of the person they're helping. This either ends with a terrible outcome or just a whole bunch of wasted money. Something I bet you don't want to have happen to you. So how do you know who you're getting? You might wonder which of these outside advisors you're getting when you hire someone to help you. You can often tell by how your first conversation goes. If the person you're speaking with asks one or two questions and then launches into solutions you need, you have a consultant. On the other hand, if the person asks good questions and leads you toward a general action, it's probably a mentor. Thinking partners are different. They aren't in a hurry to get to a solution. They want to first understand what your thoughts and dreams are. They will make sure you stay in the expert role, and they will not try to convince you that a particular action is right. Instead, they will help you find steps to take that fit in with your worldview. So here's a challenge that we all face. We want to have advisors work with us, understand what we want. This is where first seek to understand comes into play. Many years ago, Stephen Covey wrote a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. In the book, one of the habits is seek to understand before being understood. This means that it's important for you to have your advisors become deeply knowledgeable in what's important for you. This is where a thinking partner comes in. A thinking partner will ask far more questions than give you answers. They will help you discover what's important, and then and only then will they offer some ideas on how you can get to where you want to go. Aren't you more interested in having a thinking partner? I hope that if you've gotten this far in our video, that you have a great idea of what a thinking partner is, why they're more valuable than either a coach, a consultant, or a mentor. So here are some things to think about if you would like to find a thinking partner. First, does the person you're working with ask you lots of questions? Second, does the person you're working with put you in the expert role and not them? And then finally, does this person you're working with help you develop a success path that's modeled just for you and is not a cookie cutter thing that they use over and over and over. So if you get a yes answer for all three questions, there's a good chance you found a thinking partner, whether they call themselves that or not. And here's something you could do that you would find valuable. You could join us for our Double Your Profits webinar for construction companies. In 45 minutes, you'll learn about the 5 actions you must take if you want to double the profits in your company over 1 year. The webinar is free and will be packed full of useful information. To sign up for our webinar, just click on the button below and you'll find out all about it and the date and time we're offering. So I would love to have a conversation with you about what a thinking partner is. So feel free contacting me at jpatrick@stage2planning.com to set up a time to talk. And while you're at it, scroll down and let me know what you think about having a thinking partner help you go to new heights in your company. Hey, this is Josh Patrick. You're at The Sustainable Business. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I hope to see you back here really soon.